Hi guys, time out to the trail here. We are here at Archer's Fork. We're in front of the St. Patrick's Cemetery, getting ready to do, we have no idea what the mileage is. The sign says 10, we've heard 12. We did this last year, we got somewhere around 14, close to 15. So hopefully we can...
17.
Yeah, it never ends.
I'm afraid.
And it's all uphill.
It's all redemption for all of us.
Yes, we're going to do an overnight here. It's a beautiful...
They just made me come.
Yep, against his will. He's hiking against his will. We have a beautiful, perfect fall day. We are a little concerned. It has not rained here for about a month, so we are all packing a ton of water.
At least about 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of the weight right there.
Yeah.
But we are ready to set off and do this fall adventure.
So
And put out rocks.
So we'll see you in a few.
I ran out of video.
All right, guys, we just did the approach trail and we're getting ready to hop onto Archer's Fork right here. We are going to go counterclockwise so we can see the natural bridge and the caves today. We've got Marshall hiding rocks all over the trail. So be sure to come check them out. And that one is actually really awesome.
Oh, they're all awesome.
A Nightmare Before Christmas one, yeah.
He does a painting for $49.95.
No, I did not. They're free.
He finds
Come
them.
find them.
He finds them and rehides them, so that'll be something fun. We are going to go counterclockwise, look at the cave and the natural bridge today because it's supposed to be a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so we're going to try to get the most unique stuff.
See? Told you.
While the weather is nice. All right, here we go. Okay guys, we're just about a half mile in and we've come to the Great Cave. So I guess we're going to take our packs off and hop down there and show you guys the cave.
Bees, Ninja Turtles.
Okay guys, we have a new kind of hiking on the trail. This is called the heavyweight hiking.
We got like 80 pounds of rocks.
Marshall literally brought a pouch full of rocks
And they're in my pack.
to hide along the trail. So make it worth his time, guys. If you hike this trail and you find these rocks, send us a picture or a message or comment below.
And take them somewhere new.
Yep, take them and go hide them somewhere else. But let us know because he's going to a lot of effort to hide these really cool painted rocks for everyone to find later.
No effort.
No effort, just 80 pounds of rocks.
Is this the way down?
No.
Over here, baby.
I wouldn't suggest that.
I just wanted to go to that.
I mean, that is a way down, probably just not the best way down.
Pelly rope. I would repel it. Oh, here you go, here.
Down there's the cave. We're on our way.
Yes, it is.
I hear people up there. That ain't the way we came in, right? We came in this way. This way.
Oh, you should check out all the cool spiders in here.
I'm good. I don't need spiders.
You gotta see this. Tell me if you can see my light.
Oh, darn it.
Can you see it? Yeah, it's a tight fit.
Yeah, I wouldn't get out that side. My belly wouldn't allow that.
No money.
If it wasn't money, I'd get back in there and put my head out for a video.
Come out. Come here. You gotta come over here for this.
I'll get dirty.
And always the big ones.
They
You go
crawl
in-
in your mouth while you're sleeping.
You should see the one that we had come out of our sink. I kind of screamed like a
Like a girl. You
girl.
did. Go ahead, say it.
I did.
Like a cheerleader.
Dude, when it was
during
coming out
Friday
of the
Night
sink, it
Lights.
sounded like
It was all
you can hear.
D-E-F-E-N-S-E.
Oh, yeah.
Defense, defense, spider.
I used my size 13 to knock it down.
Okay, so we're about 1.3 miles in, give or take, and we have come to the natural bridge. We're getting ready to go down there, and we'll show you guys some things down there. One thing I wanted to point out is that the blazes we are following are the yellow diamonds. You see the blue diamonds there, but this trail is also part of the Buckeye Trail. And I'm not 100% sure if this section is part of the NCT as well. But that's one thing with these Wayne National Forest trails is that one trail could actually be part of one or two or more different trail systems. So it's good to know what blazes you're following. So when they split off, you follow the right one.
So as you can see, I found this 14 karat rock right here. I'm gonna hide right here. Maybe the kids will find it, but it's nice. We've been hiding, Marshall's been hiding rocks everywhere, so it's kind of fun, you know, especially when you do this short trail. It's only a couple miles in and out, so anyway.
Yeah, coming to the natural bridge is just a nice little day hike in and out. I didn't realize it was this close.
Yeah, it's
when you go
quick.
counterclockwise, that's the key.
Yeah.
Counterclockwise on this trail, because otherwise it's a lot further in.
Yeah, it is.
This is a rock formation that's across from the natural bridge, which to me is almost more impressive.
Almost looks like a dam where the water, natural.
It just looks like something split it right down the middle, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. You be careful. Do not try this at home.
Oh, don't. Okay, I thought he was stepping down in.
Yeah, that's a long way up. One more mile.
2 more miles.
So Hannah has a rock here that she's getting ready to hide that describes the only way to take on Archer's Fork.
Jump to you.
We're going to explore under the bridge, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like on top. On top, it's actually pretty easy to miss because it just looks like a rock sticking up out of the ground. So here we are underneath the rock bridge, or the natural bridge.
Oh, wow.
Can you get up there? I probably could, just barely.
So here's Hannah standing on the natural bridge. So if you were just going by it, you wouldn't even really be able to tell what it is. From the top angle, it just looks like a trail with a rock sticking out of it, but you just saw how cool it is underneath. I don't think he's going to move until we do. He is, or she is. She's looking right at us. Come across our first blowdown. Actually wasn't too bad. Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
good
not a-
job.
That's not a hurdle.
yeah.
Wow. I couldn't
Excellent.
jump. It's heavier than I thought. I still got too many rocks.
It's gonna erode. It'll end up.
I will help it hold up.
There you go. Nice.
I've been looking for a perfect spot for that one.
That's a good spot.
That is a good spot for it. Okay, so we come across what would normally be our first water source, but since we haven't had rain in so long, it is completely dry. And I know there's a lot of controversy about drinking the water in the Wayne National Forest to begin with, but if you filter it and you're not drinking it long term, I don't think the metal deposits and everything is going to be that much of a concern. However, we packed several pounds of water in preparation for this right here.
About 12 pounds of water.
Yeah, that's what you have is 12
That's
pounds.
about 12 pounds I have.
I know I have a little less than that, but
'Cause
there's
it-
the creek.
Yeah, there's a creek.
There's the first one.
Yeah. Mark. Ian.
I can't believe that's all the farther they've walked.
Yeah.
And that other campsite.
Well, we found a new campsite that was not here. At least we didn't see it last time we were here.
fall in the water, though.
But it was
Walk your
July, so everything was pretty grown up then, so we
Yeah.
might just not have seen it too.
I think it's pretty neat how they have that wall right there to keep the wind from coming.
Just to hold the heat to the bench.
It's a nice flat spot.
Yeah.
And if there were water,
When I was younger, I would have been able to walk across this with my hands. And I
I'm
would have.
tilting myself on
That'd been impressive.
I used to do that all the time. I could serve tables at the Lafayette and lay down a tray with my foot.
I feel like that's a health code violation. Just one of the little trademarks of Archer's Fork here.
Yeah, you can use that as a
Get out of my house!
Gotta watch out for the cranky natives.
well, that is something that we kind of talked about. We don't have to have anything, but
Yeah, the table is gone. This campsite
Yeah.
used to have a really neat little rock table. And looks like it got knocked down, but this is still a really nice campsite. Plenty of room, nice soft pine needles, nice little fire ring, little green sap squashes running by.
A rock.
A little trail over there that would take you down to the water if, you know, there was such a thing. Little rock seats. Right off the trail. Okay, so this campsite here is just about 4 miles from the beginning of the trail. 3.8, so not bad. We're going to stop and have lunch and then move on. Here's another little campsite. Probably not even a quarter mile from the one we just had lunch. Not bad though. So here is a creek that we, last year when we did this hike, as a day hike, we actually stopped here and played in the water for a good while because it was, you know, about shin level, knee level. It was a nice little play hole. And now, this is all there is. Something's better than nothing, though. Okay, so we just climbed the first big hill. I mean, big. at least big to us. It was, would we say 400 feet?
400 feet of elevation.
In a half a mile. Half mile up. Not switchback either. It was pretty much straight up. And it was hot.
Broke a sweat for the first time.
Yeah. Had to take a nice little breather at the top. The coolest thing, we did not get it on camera. I mean, it could have been really cool or it could have been really bad, but we kept hearing the sound. The guys were kind of further back on the trail. We kept hearing the sound, and we're like, what is that? What are those guys doing? We thought they were messing with us or something. I don't know. Marshall keeps saying he's going to try to scare me, so, you know, I'm kind of prepared for something along those lines. But they come walking by, and that sound was still going on, and we could see that it wasn't them doing it. It was a buck snorting at us. So, you know, it's first weekend of October. Not 100% sure when rut occurs, but I don't really feel like encountering
An angry buck.
an angry buck or, you know, a buck that is looking for his woman for the night. I just,
No thanks, buddy.
nope, keep on walking. Keep on, go snort somewhere else. I don't know. It was cool though. I never heard one snort like that. Really wish I could have got it on camera, but oh well. Take our word for it.
It happened.
True story. Okay, so we kind of have a small situation that's developed. Somewhat fairly on, I think around the natural bridge, Marshall had what we thought rolled his ankle. Didn't think it was too major at the time, but as things progress, it's starting to irritate him pretty bad and starting to swell up. So he's going pretty slow. Scott kind of stayed behind with him to help him along. And Hannah has now gone up ahead. Her goal is to get to the campsite we planned on staying at tonight, dump her pack, and then come back to get his pack so he has less weight to hike on. Not sure what this is going to mean for the rest of our trip. We're kind of too deep in to get an easy out in any direction. So I guess we're going to play it by ear and see how things go. But right now, everyone's literally hiking their own hike. We're all separated. I don't think that's probably the best plan of action, but that's what's happening. Luckily for us, you know, the trail's pretty clear, easy to follow. So I'm just going to assume at this moment in time that no one's going to get lost or anything. We've all done it before, so we should be okay. Okay, so it's been probably a half hour or just a little more since we all separated. We had a straight stretch on what looks like an old logging road or something for a while. And I kind of waited to see if the guys were anywhere near and kind of coming up behind me. I didn't see them, so the trail is well marked for the re-entry back into the woods, so hopefully they don't miss it or anything. Hannah could be super fast when she hikes, so she took off ahead of me and was going to drop her pack and come back to help. So, not sure exactly where everyone is at the moment, but I'm hoping, I mean, I think we're only like a mile from the campsite where I am at this point. So I'm hoping that I will see Hannah coming back this way soon. I'll feel a little reassured after I see her coming back. I know, then that way if the guys are unsure where to go, she'll be able to get them back on track for sure. So I know this thing has become somewhat of an Archer's Fork icon. It's sad though, you can tell that the years are getting to it. I don't remember it being quite this bad off last year when we came through here, but it's neat. Just an old-fashioned little tin or something. Little pedal car from a long time ago. Okay guys, there's Hannah. So I feel a little better now that I'm seeing her turned around going back the other way. So far, things are going okay. We'll see how long it takes her to go back and find the guys, but at least we know that camp's not too far off at this point. Well, I know I feel much better since I've seen Hannah. We are actually in the process of going down a really steep hill, kind of at a leveled off spot at the moment. But the concern is being able to get Marshall down this hill, as bad as his ankle was when we left him with Scott. Might have to actually sit on his butt and slide down this hill, but it's probably the best choice for him at this point. I pulled up my hiking app to kind of see where we are, and the campsite's actually not too far from what I think might be a county road. So if all else fails, we will leave Hannah and Marshall by the road in the morning, and Scott and I will hike out and get the car and circle back around and find them. We'll see how Marshall feels and what everyone else's thoughts are, but I think that might be the plan at the moment, because like I said, we're going counterclockwise, and we did this trail last year as a day hike, and we were told it was only 10 miles, and last time I checked, we're already almost at 7, and we're just about at the halfway point. So this trail is actually closer to 14 and a half to 15 miles. And the second half, when you go counterclockwise, is really bad when it comes to elevation. There's a lot of hills, they're steep, they're pretty unforgiving, and they're frequent. So the hills are going to be worse tomorrow, so I don't know if he'll be able to do that with his ankle. But the kicker of it is it's also supposed to start raining first thing in the morning. I don't know how hard, but the percentage is starts off at 30 and climbs up to 60 at some point, so we're going to get wet. So fall leaves, wet conditions, and a bad ankle is just going to make for a miserable, miserable day. So I think trying to find an exit is going to be our best strategy. I only wish that the camera could show you guys how steep this really is. And this is pretty common for Archer's Fork. I mean, the switchbacks are few and far between. It's straight up and straight down most of the time. I'm only about halfway down it, and I stopped to turn around to see what it would look like on the way back, and it's a monster. I'm glad that we're not having to climb up that, but I know moving forward there are ones just like it that we will, so either way. I finally made it to the campsite. In the summer, when things are growing up a little bit more, it can be a little tricky to find this campsite because you just keep hiking the trail. The trail actually goes that way. And I don't know if you can see off into the distance, it goes straight up that big hill over there. And that's kind of where it all begins. Up and down, up and down, up and down. But the campsite, there's a little creek up ahead there. Not that there's much water in it, but it's there. But the campsite actually comes off to the right here. And it's a nice one. It's big. People have made benches and drug out logs and stuff here for you to sit on. So it's pretty nice in the ways of campsites, but it's hard to get to. That hill I just came down, it's a doozy. And I just don't know how long it's going to take for everyone else to get here. You can see Hannah's already been here, dropped off her pack, and then turned around to go help out. Up that hill, see that moss-covered log back there? That is where my husband was last year when we did this trail, where he fell. And it was either in that spot there where he fell or just a little further up the trail here. But he actually fell and shattered his knee and hiked the rest of the way out with a shattered knee. We didn't know it was shattered at the time, but he ended up having a partial knee replacement because of it. So it was in bad shape. So it looks like Archer's Fork has claimed another victim today. I'm hoping that after Marshall gets off of it, maybe he can prop it up and put some cold water bottles on it. That things might be better in the morning and that nothing long-term or serious is going on here. So as I mentioned before, Hannah and Scott and we did this trail last July, as a day hike. We'll never do it as a day hike again, just not in my capabilities. But when we stopped at this campsite that we're staying at tonight, we actually stopped here for lunch, and while we were here, another hiker came up and we got to talking for a bit. And I'll put a link or something, the little thing up here, to his channel. But we met Alan, and I think his channel is called Hiking the Second Half, and or Hiking the Second Half of Life. I'll put it up here for sure. But it was nice to talk to someone else about the trail and just kind of introduce ourselves to other hikers. It was basically the beginning of hiking community for us. We hadn't really got too far into it. We had done day hikes and stuff, small ones, 2-3 miles and stuff up to this point. But it was Archer's Fork and that day that kind of put the long distance hiking in our hearts, and really enjoy it, and kind of knew that day that we had to start getting gear to start doing backpacking trips, because one day just wasn't enough for us anymore. Be warned though, if you do Archer's Fork, second time I have hiked it, and it's the second injury that we have come across, so you have to be careful. Not a trail that you can hike quickly. You really need to take your time, watch where you're putting your feet. A lot of rocks, a lot of steep hills, and with the fall leaves, you really can't see where you're stepping, so you have to be really careful. So it is 3:18 right now, and I've been here probably about 10 minutes. So I'm just wondering how long it's going to take for the rest of them to get back. I'm down inside a little gully right here, and I really have kind of nothing going on. No water really needs to be filtered. We still have plenty of water, and Scott has the tent, so I can't really set up camp yet. So I'm just going to kind of hang out and enjoy the peace and quiet that I would never get anywhere else while I wait for them to come back. Just taking a closer look at camp here. Someone has left a grate so you could cook on, which is nice. I know Hannah and Marshall brought hot dogs, so maybe that will be something for them if they don't want to roast them with a stick. And of course I've showed you the seats here, but something I really like about the seat I was just sitting on, this little bench right here that someone made, you sit on there and then that log's right underneath it, perfect for propping up your feet. Gone about 7.2 miles right now, so this was really nice after hiking all that time to just sit there and kind of prop your feet up a little bit. And of course it's right here by the fire pit, so nice indeed. I want to take a second and show you guys my fanny pack. Tony and Missy with Our World Outdoors, and I'll put their channel up at the top here too. They were actually supposed to come with us today, but unfortunately they had an emergency situation with one of their dogs and were unable to join us today. But I know, Tony, if you're watching this, I know how much you love a fanny pack. So I wanted to share this, but it's actually really, really handy. Keep my water bottle right here, so easy access while I'm hiking. I've got my battery pack in here with the cord so I can charge my phone and keep on recording without really having to stop. Got some Jolly Ranchers in there for some quick snacks, so it's been a great hiking tool. Love it. Love my fanny pack. So my sleeping bag actually has a feature where I can shove the sleeping pad down in it. You can see that there. That way, in the middle of the night, I'm not slipping and sliding all over the place.
Why the hubby is.
Yeah. So my pad will stay underneath me at all times. I have this big Agnes sleeping bag. Super nice. And I've got this little pocket right here that I can put my phone in at night to try to keep it warm, because battery will certainly die when it gets cold. Okay, so it is now about 5:42. Scott actually had come back and we set up camp and kind of got things organized here. And then he went back to help Marshall and Hannah. And here we are finally. I can hear their voices. So they're making it to camp, and I feel a lot better knowing that they're finally getting here. I was really worried about whether or not he was going to be able to make it. So looks like he's going to get to camp. We'll get him all taken care of here, get everybody fed, and we'll see how the night goes. Here they come. It's so good to hear their voices.
Well, we lied. We got one more downhill. But it's not too bad.
You know what? He seems to be doing pretty well. He might be a little slow, but he's doing better than what I thought he was going to be doing. So that's awesome. A little limping, but not too bad. I thought Hannah might be backpacking him by now. Welcome, welcome.
We survived. He's limping along.
That's good though. He's still moving.
Yeah, still moving. It was kind of sketchy there for a while.
I picked you a flower.
You picked me a flower?
I did.
Oh, we'll make it a centerpiece of our little campfire table.
I will.
It's so different, isn't it?
I made this cooler this morning in 10 minutes with a window shield for my minivan. Cut it in half. Then I duct taped it together.
I'm curious too. Because I seen the last bottle.
So it's like that reflective stuff
Yeah.
with duct tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, duct taped it.
So that's hiker gear 101, man.
Are they still frozen?
Still frozen.
What?
There's like an 1/8 inch of water, that's it.
What?
After 12 hours.
Nice.
It might work too well.
Man. I didn't want it to still be frozen. I only got 4 waters. I must have drank way more than I thought.
And it's not really that cold in there. But it's still, no. It's cold water.
Feels really good.
But
You should put that on your ankle.
Yeah.
Hold it against your ankle.
You tell me what to do, bossy.
So you got a big Agnes,
Man,
huh?
I drank that many
Yeah.
waters?
do you need a
It
water?
was,
Crap.
it's Windy Point too.
I just can't believe I drank that,
So
man.
it was like an
I didn't.
REI
I left
exclusive.
you
My only
too.
problem is I didn't buy the
I
footprint.
gave Hannah one.
I was asking, yeah, I was getting ready to ask if you had a footprint because that extra layer.
No.
I drank that
I
many.
think it's
Oh,
discontinued.
you know what I mean?
So.
Yeah.
I can't believe I
But
only
it's
have
been
4 because I
awesome.
thought I wanted to drink 3 waters.
It's light.
Well,
It's
What's my big
easy.
one?
I have another big
It's
one.
bright green.
Brand.
We have bright orange.
I have another big water. This one's
Everybody can
yours.
see us coming. We're like a bunch of neon colors. You got his neon green, our neon orange, and your neon yellow.
Man, let me move these off.
Disinfectant. Hand sanitizer. Lovely. Wipe it, rub it in. Band-aid. Safe and clean.
So you've
And
had
it smells like vanilla bean. Love
2
it.
injuries since we've been out here.
Love it.
The first 7.2 miles, and he's hurt his ankle,
I'm fine.
cut his knee.
Hannah cut me.
Listen, folks, I just want to tell you now. Okay, it's been,
You're just jinxing yourself.
no, I'm not, over a year since I have hurt myself. Majorly, minorly, whatever. Look at me now. I hiked this mile plus hiked up there to help them out. And I'm still good. Mark my word, I'm going 2 years.
Would you like some dry
You gave
pineapples,
your
mister?
jinx. You gave your jinx.
No, I did not.
You jinxed your own jinx that time.
No, I did not. No.
4.
Okay, so here's what Scott and I are having for
Or just
dinner.
between you?
We made some just instant mashed potatoes in the plastic bag method like we did on our Scenic River and Greenwood Trail. So if you haven't checked that out, you can check that out now. And then we made some the Nor rice size chicken and broccoli with some Tyson packaged chicken breast. Just putting it all in the bowl and going to eat it all together. That'll be a good filling meal here for the end of the day. He'll appreciate this camera shot.
Woo! Happy birthday.
What you got there?
Nothing. I brought nothing.
That's a whole lot of nothing.
You want one of the yoga mats, baby?
I might. I don't know. I think my.
Your mat
He's
seems
just
like it's
hanging
got
there.
balls.
Yes.
I slept fine on it the couple times I've used it.
You put some air in it.
I aired it. I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't get to.
My bad.
Ah.
What did you do?
He's just hanging out.
Hold on, hold on.
Cat run up that tree behind Hannah.
No, I'm watching
Oh my
this spider climb up this
Get
tree.
out of here. You got a brat. I've got a heart attack. I need cookies.
So far, since we've been sitting around the campfire, we've heard a bobcat and a barred owl and a marshal.
The Marshalls are rare.
And now I'm watching a spider climb up this tree.
He's waiting. He's
As long as if he starts dropping back down, I'm gonna just.
If you keep shining that light, he's gonna get some dinner, and he'll.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave him be.
You already got your theme for your video.
Yes. Like we were talking around the campfire, we have every element of a horror movie here. Fresh, young couples, semi-young,
Somewhat young.
somewhat
Very
young,
young.
partially young. Off on a new adventure
Well, at least they don't want me. I'm a little
in
old, man.
October. Bad injury occurs. The group gets separated from each other. Uncool.
Sorry.
Okay, so it is 8:30. We are in the tent, in the bags. Well, I'm in the bag. Ready to call it a night. Day one. I believe in terms of the video, it probably would have been footage from maybe 2 to 5 minutes ago. Someone was talking about how they were going to go on a 2-year injury-free streak.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you're good. You want to see what kind of angle we're all looking at right now? I don't even want to tell you what just happened with that thing right there.
You need to delete that.
You knew this was happening, so that's all on you. So he was bragging about how he was going to go on a 2-year
ahead.
injury-free streak.
All right.
During the last bathroom break of the night, guess who decides to go face first down the hill?
Man, John.
That guy. It's not going to show. There's not enough light in here for that. But we'll show you the big boo-boo in the morning. So this was day one, Archer's Fork. Tomorrow will be another adventure.
It's supposed to rain tonight.
Yeah, we are supposed to get rain.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that, but part of it, I guess.
We have a crosswind going on, so that's what.
Vestibules are open. We have reasons to need airflow in here.
Oh, I love you.
We're switching to one-person tents. Everybody gets their own tent next year.
I love you.
I love you too.
One fart, and that's makes it call quits.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Own tents next year.
So we'll see you tomorrow on Time Out to the Trail.